Hi, I'm Marisa Tomei, and you're watching the Broadway.com show.
Welcome to the Broadway.com show, your weekly guide to everything happening on the Great White Way. Or as we like to think of it, the only thing more hilarious than the current state of Justin Bieber's music career. Let's get started with the news. What's the buzz, Paul?
The Bronx is up, the Battery's down, and On the Town is landing right smack in the middle, getting set to open on Broadway in October 2014 at the Lyric Theater on 42nd Street. This 1946 classic that merged the talents of Jerome Robbins, Leonard Bernstein, Betty Condon, and Adolph Green tells the tale of three sailors on leave in New York City looking for, what else? Girls! Get ready, New York, New York, with cute sailors, sassy gals, and songs you actually want to sing. This is a, yep, hell of a musical.
The nominations for the 2014 Olivier Awards, the West End's equivalent of Broadway's Tonys, are out. New musical Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and the acclaimed revival of Sondheim's Merrily We Roll Along lead the pack with 7 nominations each. They were closely followed by Best New Musical nominees Once, The Book of Mormon and The Scottsboro Boys, who all received 6 nods apiece. Congratulations to them and good luck to Broadway favourites Gavin Creel, Jared Gertner and Kyle Scatliff, who all made the Best Actor in a Musical shortlist.
Fiddler on the Roof is returning to Broadway, and who is director Bartlett Sher eyeing as proud Papa Tevye? Cabaret star Danny Burstein. In the fall of 2015, we just might be seeing the 4-time Tony nominee dreaming of the days when he becomes a wealthy man and, of course, shimmying with his arms in the air. We'll drink to that. L'chaim!
Do you hear that ticking sound? That's us counting down the days until we get to see In the Heights co-stars Lin-Manuel Miranda and Karen Olivo reunite to headline Jonathan Larson's Tick, Tick, Boom. The Tony winners will star in the show from June 25th through the 28th at City Center Encore's Off Center series. The series will also feature a one-night-only concert of Randy Newman's Faust and the countrified crowd pleaser Pump Boys and Dinettes. Forget the Hamptons, City Center is the place to be this summer.
Once upon a time, we discovered our little world wanted 2 versions of Into the Woods to keep us entertained this Christmas. In addition to Rob Marshall's upcoming starry film adaptation, Roundabout Theatre Company will present Fiasco Theatre's acclaimed 10 actors, 1 piano production of the musical this winter at Off-Broadway's Laura Pell's Theatre. Nothing says Merry Christmas like a cow as white as milk, devoured grannies, and glass slippers.
Hi, I'm Tony Shalhoub, and you're watching the Broadway.com show.
Thumbs up to the news that Lin-Manuel Miranda is finally ready to show us his Alexander Hamilton musical, which we've been desperate to see ever since he rapped a bit of it to the Obamas at the White House back in 2009. Directed by Thomas Kail and starring Miranda himself, the poli-sci rap extravaganza Hamilton will start performances at the Public Theater next January. Wait, January? That's like a year away.
Thumbs down to Steven Spielberg, who apparently wants to remake West Side Story. That's right, the Jaws director wants to breathe new life into those sharks and jets. Now here's the thing, Mr. Spielberg. You may be an Oscar-winning movie-making magician, but if there is any movie musical in the world less in need of a do-over, it's West Side Story. It won 10 Oscars in 1961. Turn your attention to Grease 2 or something and leave Tony and Maria alone.
Bryan Cranston took Broadway by storm this week with his powerful debut as President Lyndon Baines Johnson in All the Way. The show's title is from LBJ's campaign slogan. So, on opening night, I asked the stars what their slogans would be if they were running for office. See if they get your vote in this week's pop poll.
My slogan would be, don't look at me.
Vote for someone better. Act like you can trust me.
Nancy Adam, why not?
It couldn't be any worse.
It can get better if we want it to be.
Here's Johnny.
Fund the arts, please.
I would legalize marijuana, and I would also legalize prostitution.
Weed and hookers.
Weed and hookers. Vote for me. Weed and hookers for everyone.
You can catch our Star of the Week running up and down the steps of the Philadelphia Art Museum every night at the Winter Garden Theater. After appearing in Legally Blonde, Jersey Boys, Wicked, and more, this Broadway mainstay is kicking it up a notch with his first title role in Rocky. He's fighting from the heart as the Italian stallion, so we've only got one thing to say. Yo, Andy Karl, you're our Star of the Week.
Our Tweet of the Week goes to Zach Braff, who is making his main stem debut in Bullets Over Broadway. He tweeted, "Autocorrect keeps changing Broadway to Vodka Way. Interesting." That's how we roll on the Great White Way, Zach. We're interesting, especially when we're not sober. Catch Braff at the St. James Theatre and follow him on Twitter at Zach Braff.
Hey, I'm Toni Collette and you're watching the Broadway.com show.
Who's that beauty in the window? It's Broadway newcomer Margo Siebert, who plays Rocky Balboa's shy girlfriend Adrian. Yes, the Adrian of Yo, Adrian fame, in the new musical based on the Sylvester Stallone classic. Check out this hotshot photographed by Broadway.com's Caitlin McNaney, then root for Margo and star Andy Karl in Rocky at the Winter Garden Theater.
We know that Adele Dazeem was the real star of this year's Oscars, but the night was also pretty special for some of Hollywood's biggest stars. Last week, SmackDown asked who you'd most like to see make their Broadway debut, Matthew McConaughey or Cate Blanchett. The results are in, and 70% of you want to see Queen Kate strut her stuff on the Great White Way. It's all right, Matthew. There's always that Magic Mike musical. Speaking of Broadway debuts, we're getting more and more excited to see some of Tinseltown's biggest stars bring their talents to the main stem, including Oscar nominees James Franco and Michelle Williams. So, we want to know, whose big debut has you more excited? Franco in Of Mice and Men or Williams in Cabaret? Tweet your vote to @BroadwayCom with the hashtag B'way Smackdown and tune in next week for the winner.
That's it for this week's episode of the Broadway.com show. But before you go, check out this clip of Sutton Foster and the cast of Broadway's Violet rocking out at the New York barbecue joint Hill Country. See y'all next week.